Oh wow, guys. So doing my thing, I'm listening to my stuff, and this was brought to my attention that Trump has changed the COVID.org government website to lab leak, and I want to see some arrests. I want to see Pam Bondi. I just got off the Twitters fussing at Pam Bondi for not arresting anybody, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I want to see some arrest. I want to see these terrible criminals be put into a federal pound you in the A prison. And I know you're going to have people on the left go, well, Trump, well, screw you, lefty people. Screw you and the E. Jean Carroll hole. I don't care. That's all that stuff that's lawfare, and I don't care what anybody says. What Letitia James is doing, she needs to be arrested, and I hope she does. I hope she gets arrested for her stupid mortgage fraud, allegedly. Mortgage fraud. Anyhow, I'm going to show you something. So I was like, well, let me see if this is true. So I go and actually look for the COVID.org website to see, wow, this has been changed. So I go through Microsoft's little Bing and I go through Google's. I couldn't find it. So, but we're going to do this together. Let's just see how they're suppressing what Trump's did. Let's see what happens here in real time. Here we go. So here I am on the Twitters. You can see my Twitter background thingy. And I've got a link right here from Nick Sortor to go to this. But this is what I've done so far. This was on Microsoft's Bing. Let me see here. Come on, make sure I don't have this. Let me get this a little bit smaller here so you can see. I want you to see what I did here. This is what I did in real time. And my search engine up here, you can see Microsoft Bing. I put in there COVID.gov, and I was like, all right, let me see what's happening here. I want to see this. And so, I'm not seeing the website pop up. I see a bunch of stuff. I see news about COVID.gov. It's just key. I keep scrolling down through here, and as you can see in real time, you've got CDC.gov right here, and that doesn't really tell us anything. It's just a disease tracker thing. It doesn't really. I'm just showing you real time what I ran across. So let me go back. Because a lot of people's already reporting, oh, we changed the thing. But I'm just like, well, let me just see what happened here. And so let me go to it. Let me click. This is your, typically we'll find it eventually. Let's see here. WHMB, Wikipedia. I'm going to the second. Let's see. The COVID.gov website. Let's see what happens there. Didn't come up right away. Oh, look. Okay. Still hasn't come up yet. Still has not found. I'm looking real close. And I'm doing this in real time because I was like, man, let me just see what's up with this. And I said, the real content is the fact that it's being, now this website that was easily accessible is being shut down. Yeah, let's go to another one here. Let's see. Gov.uk, things like that. So now we're getting into the weeds of like nothing. Okay, so this was on Bing. Here is Google search right here. Okay, and this is where I searched it already. Right here. This is the Google search. I haven't been to the second thing yet. But as you can see, we're USA.gov, Centers for Disease, HHS, Federal Trade. Okay, so let's go to the next. Let's just see here. You've got New York Gov, vaccines.gov, the Whitehouse.gov, U.S. Department, USPS. Haven't found it yet. CA.gov, COVID.gov. Okay, we're here. Let's see where this takes us. Right here. I had to go to the second search. There it is. Okay. So at least with Google, it did come up on the second search. But how many people actually go to click that next when they can't see it right away? They kind of skim on by. So there we found it right there. We did find it quicker than I thought we would. This was in real time. I haven't done this yet. So, just doing this in real time. I would do this live, but I'm just in the middle of about 5 different things right now at the shop, and I was making an invoice when I heard this pop up. And so, okay, so we found it. But it took the second look to find it, and you kind of had to dig down. It almost looks like the more that people search this, the further that's going to go. What does the website say? Kind of, I haven't read this. The proximal origin of SARS-CoV-2 publication, which was used repeatedly by public health officials and the media to discredit the lab leak theory, was prompted by Dr. Fauci to push the preferred narrative of COVID-19. I don't know how much of this I can read on YouTube. I mean, even though this is a Google website, but the virus possesses a biological characteristic that's not found in nature. The data shows that all COVID-19 cases stem from a single introduction into the humans. This runs contrary to previous pandemics where multiple spillover events. Wuhan is the home of China's foremost SARS research lab, which is the history of conducting gain-of-function research, gene-altering organisms, supercharging at inadequate biosafety levels. Oh, gosh. Wuhan is the Institute of Virology. Researchers were sick with COVID-like symptoms in the fall of 2019, months before this was discovered in the wet market. By nearly all measures of science, this was the evidence of natural origin. If this was evidence of natural origin, it would have already surfaced, but hasn't. And it kind of, wow, look at this. It shows the executive grant of clemency by Joseph R. Biden, who recently gave a speech and called a bunch of people coloreds, trying to charge $300K for an event that nobody's buying anymore. A bunch of coloreds on buses. Like, okay, all right. And then a full and unconditional pardon, by the way. This is what we're looking at with Fauci for some odd reason, for any offenses against the United States which may have committed or taken part of in January. Oh, my gosh. Can we go after him for the AIDS thing? Is that a thing we could do since it was pardoned for that from 2014? Could go after maybe there's some something to go after there. He forgot about that. But social distancing. I'm just reading some of the stuff. So I did find it, but 6 feet social distance recommendation which shut down schools and small businesses across the country was arbitrary and not based on science. During the closed-door testimony of Dr. Fauci, that the guidance just sort of appeared. So they just sort of made that up. Just by what we're reading right here. I'm reading what's on this website. I'm not giving you my opinion or what I think. This is what's just on the website. Well, pretty interesting stuff. Back to Big Meat. So this is hopium, Orestes, somethings, maybes. I know that this is at the cusp of what's going on with the trade war of China, and Trump was pissed when this all came out. And I'd love to go into the actual where this actually really originated. And I don't know how much I can say about this, but all I can say, this stuff originated more than likely, possibly, from on our own soil. Probably in North Carolina. It's been speculated at UNC. It's been speculated. I don't know. I mean, you can do your own research and maybe figure that out. It's giving you little tidbits to work off of. And I think some of it was even stitched together, possibly Ukraine, because there were, as Victoria Nuland said with my pen, there were 8 biological the labs that were the Ukrainians have found, and then Putin goes, "Excuse me, I don't know how does he? I don't know. I don't want to just Putin says in my American accent, because I do a terrible Russian accent. Way more than those. There was a lot more of those. You remember in that whole holdout back in 2022 at the steel mill where they just kept filling it up with water because they were like, "Hey, scientists down there at the steel mill in this underground base thing, come on out." And they're like, "No." And they're like, "You better come on out." And they're like, "We're not coming out." It sort of reminds me of a South Park episode whenever they were trying to get, who was it? P. Diddy out of the closet or something like that? Or who was it? So anyways, it was Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, come out of that closet. No. Anyway, so we filled you up with water then, and they waterboarded him down there in the steel mill. Anyways, so there's a lot more to be unpacked here with this. Don't know what's going to happen with that. But anyways, maybe we'll see some arrests and actually putting real criminals in a federal pound you in the butt prison. Thank you guys. And I'm out.